Every 3 years, the world's toughest offshore challenge is on, the Volvo Ocean Race. It is the contest that all professional sailors dream of doing. For the 12th edition, 7 teams are crossing 4 oceans and 5 continents over 9 months. It is the ultimate endurance test.
It's just relentless.
What is different from previous editions is that this time the fleet is composed of identical boats, the Volvo Ocean 65, which means that the race will be won by the best sailing crew.
Fantastic, we're on top of the world. So proud of my team.
They are sailing 24/7, fighting Mother Nature, trying to win one of the hardest races on the planet. This is their story.
I was born and raised in Kaneohe, Hawaii, which is a really special place to me. You know, where I go paddling back at home, you know, we paddle in and out of a harbor just like this. And there's guys that are just coming in from spearfishing and guys that are coming in from deep sea fishing. And it's a way of life, really.
Hey, how you doing?
How are ya?
You for a paddle?
Yeah, man. It's awesome to, you know, get back to land after weeks out in the ocean and connect with people like Sean, who are really world-class athletes, and ocean athletes are, it's, you know, it's a good experience.
The fact that we're both using the wind and the waves and the currents to try and benefit our performance. In the surf ski, we're always looking to use the conditions of the ocean. What Mark's doing on the ocean is really, really incredible, and I appreciate what those guys go through. I had so many questions for him, you know, trying to understand what goes through your mind when you're out in the ocean for 27 days. It's quite intimidating.
You know, being around the ocean, it attracts a certain type of person, and it seems like Cape Town, Hawaii, doesn't matter where you go, you get a bit of the same thing.
Cape Town is an iconic stop for the Volvo Ocean Race, and I've always had an interest in it. I can remember being a small child and seeing the guys coming in. It already starts, doesn't it?
I'm really looking forward to this next leg. You know, we learned a lot from leg 1. We might try a few different things. We might take a bit more risk, but you know, we're ready to mix it up with the big boys.
Thanks for the paddle, man.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate it. That was awesome, man.
Get you out in the water sailing.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Leg 1 has been a learning curve, and for Mapfre, the disappointing result has called for some more drastic action, with skipper Iker Martinez calling for a change of tactics and personnel.
Iker from Mapfre sort of called me up after the finish of the leg and asked if I was available, which, you know, was great, but obviously it was pretty tricky to sort of drop everything at a moment's notice and get out here. And everyone's been very supportive, so been able to sort of reshuffle life and come out here at sort of 48 hours notice and straight into the practice race today. Hi, can I check in please? Greenhalgh.
Rob Greenhalgh is no stranger to the race. He's done it 3 times before and sailed on board Abu Dhabi in the last edition.
You all right, Molly? You enjoyed Cape Town? Good.
He's got the wrong shirt on again, doesn't he?
Just change colour. Right, we'll get a quick bit of brekkie. Yeah.
Rob is ready to meet his new team. All he needs is his pass for the dockyard, preferably with the right photo ID.
Cheers, there we go, Rob. Welcome. And,
Thanks very much.
And thank you very much.
This is my dad
Enjoy.
on there. It's my dad, it's the old man. A little bit fatter, a little bit older. Good to see you.
Good to see you, likewise.
Yeah, take it easy. Hey mate, how are you?
How are you doing?
Good to see you. Keeping well?
Back into the fray.
Exactly, exactly.
Welcome back.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Volvo is a very small community. Generally, you know, there's only a handful of people, both shoreside and sailing sides, who are experienced in the world to do it. So you recognise everybody. You may not know them, you know, personally, but you recognise everyone from other races and other teams. Makes it all part of the fun.
Joining Mapfre in the middle of training, Rob is taken directly to the boat to meet the rest of the crew.
I'm just coming here as a sailor, you know, with some experience, I think, and it's going to be up to the team to, you know, to grow and evolve and turn itself around. I don't think any one person can turn a team around. Certainly a lot of good sailors on the team. It's a long race and everyone's going to have some bad results. It's a shame to get one on the first leg, obviously, but it's what it is. So, you know, we'll just go out and sail and work on the boat speed and go from there.
Okay, try to get below him if you can. Come up. There, let's go.
But for Rob, the race is also a family affair.
Okay, we're 3 and 4.
Libby's, you know, she was always nervous about doing the whole race. She's obviously in a very important role as a navigator on SCA. Yeah, for sure, obviously, everyone's competitors, but it's good to have a sister on a boat. It's always a friendly face at a stopover. Libby!
What?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
How are you?
You? Humphrey?
Good. I gave Libby plenty of advice. She was obviously quite apprehensive about joining at one stage. I said, just get on with it. You'll enjoy it once you're into it. Chat to her about the do's and don'ts and how to play the whole thing. Obviously, their scenario is very different from ours. Get out of the way, lads, come on.
The biggest thing, I think, you know, he's a pretty intense guy, and you know, it's the close boat racing that I think he's going to really bring and help that team. Was my sort of real thoughts. It's probably going to make me want to kick their asses a bit more. I might be a bit more focused on where that boat is, but equally, ideally, you know, I'll be willing both of us to the line at the front.
Good luck, Libby.
Out there.
Yeah.
In each of the team compounds, it's time to reflect and learn on the previous mistakes.
Can I have a high five of it?
Yeah. Today is the first day back. We'll have a team debrief for the leg. We've had a few days to think about it all, so we can be all nice and objective.
You sail a leg pretty well, but I think there's quite a few points where we actually can do better, and I think that's always one of the things. What I say, if we don't improve, you're probably making a step back because other teams improve as well. If we do the sail change, I think it's really important. The bowman who is that moment on deck, he should do the bow. We just have to make that rule. The bowman is on deck, he runs the bow, because that guy's he's been on deck forever. But I think in general, the sail changes have been going really well.
Don't forget that if I'm on the bow, I've got a lot of people with me. You know, you can't do it on your own anymore, and most of the time you're with 3/4 of the other guys. Ripped.
Quite literally
ripped.
It's also time to fix broken things.
We came back and we thought we were all good, and about 4 days before the finish, my rib was a little bit hurting. Talked to the doctors about it and thought, well, we should just make a picture of it. And it was actually broken, so it doesn't matter. It's not gonna stop me from doing anything. But we know it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take 6-7 weeks for the pain to go away.
We're repacking the food again. We learned a lot after leg 1. We run low on food, so the pressure is on.
We have chocolate mousse for every day.
Now we're done.
Louis, after 15 days, he was really skinny, getting skinny. That's a problem, you know, but we didn't have any more food. So I tried to make like a good portion for everybody, but not enough.
It was the last day, sorry to interrupt. I had this discussion with Stefan, and Stefan was in charge of the food on the boat. And Stefan said, no, Louis, sorry, it is for the other guys. And I said, come on, why don't you give it to me? I'm the skinny one, I need all this food. And yeah, you did a good job there to give everybody the same amount.
A couple of guys, they didn't lose so much weight, so maybe I should be more harsh on them the next leg.
Yeah.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
We had breakfast, they didn't eat it. So if they were really hungry, they could eat it.
Yeah, even my dog wouldn't eat it.
For Hedjan, the stopover has also been an opportunity to propose a question he's had in mind for a while.
Even asked Evelyn to marry me 2 days ago, and she said yes, so that was even better.
Brunel are not the only ones reflecting on the last few weeks. The good result for Dong Fong came as a reality check for the other team. Charles's crew's young age, alongside the rookie Chinese recruits, made them the underdog.
Welcome back to everybody. I hope you had a good time off. We have a few days to prepare the boat and to train. From my part, I was really happy about this first leg. We impressed the other team, which is very important. They have the feeling that we are a strong team, where there is a good spirit. You know that some boat has a bad spirit, like Mapfre, you know, some guys have left. I think we did a very good leg. There is a lot of positive things and there is a few details to improve. But in general, it's a very positive, because the result is good, but also because we did a good job.
But now, everybody knows that they're a real force to be reckoned with.
It's a time for us to pay a drink to all the other teams. So we're making a small party with all the team. It's nice. I think every leg each team has to do one. We have a good time in Cape Town. We love the place, but it's time to go for the leg 2 and to have a new fight, and we are happy about that. I have a great team around me, and I trust more and more my setter, and I trust the Shanku and everybody. So I think we can achieve a very nice race. And it's only about me, because I think my guys are really strong, so I have to be a good leader, and we can do some nice things, I think. Everybody trusts everyone, so it's very easy, you have no ego problem, so maybe that's why it's positive. And I think the Chinese guy give us a very good lesson, because they are very good spirit guy, very always positive, always happy to help, always smiling, and you cannot be a bad guy when you see this guy, I think sometimes I'm a bit hard with them, and I apologize sometimes, but I want to help them and I want to push them. But I think they give us a good lesson. I think the Chinese spirit is also in our team, and it helps a lot. It's hard sometimes. It's not an easy race, and it's maybe the only competition in the world is during 9 months. Even if we have a break here, it's still a competition, and we have only a few days off, and you have to. And mentally, it's very difficult. Physically, for me, it's okay, but mentally, it's really a hard race.
While we were here in Cape Town, we were fortunate enough to go to a mass with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who's basically a living legend and an amazing guy. And he actually gave us the time of day, which is pretty impressive. Just an incredible, happy-go-lucky guy, and it was pretty cool to be able to see him while we were here in Cape Town.
So it was a long way to go.
Yes, here I am. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yay. Aren't you guys wanting to be in the picture yourself? No? You think you'll spoil the picture?
Wish us fair winds, and it's something that is pretty cool for us to have done.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Time spent with family and friends before departure is always special. For the navigator of SCA, the arrival of a very proud mum and dad is a real morale booster.
Libby, she's the qualified one. She actually got a master's in meteorology, so she can contribute a lot to this.
For mum, experience is the key to relieving her concerns.
Libby, on the first leg, I wasn't over worried because I know she's a very good sailor, and I suppose because Robert had done it 3 times, I was a little bit more relaxed. I think if that hadn't been the case, I would have been quite worried. But she seemed, whenever you saw things on the television, things from talking from the boat, they all seemed quite chirpy and happy. So that was good. I didn't sort of feel that I need worry.
And she applied for the job some time back, and we didn't know really. I think there'd been a sort of secret little application gone in, which we didn't really know about. So it was a surprise, it's a big surprise.
With Libby established on the race, the arrival of their son was an unexpected bonus.
It was a hell of a surprise. We got a call in the night. Well, you had to answer the phone in the night, and he said, "We're coming to Cape Town." And he didn't say us any more than that. We thought, he's not just coming to see Libby off, surely. And it was only the next morning we discovered that he'd been hired. Obviously, there's some super comments on Facebook and things like this. big brother's coming and this sort of thing. So yeah, we're very proud, very proud.
After weeks at sea, seeing friendly faces can make all the difference.
The next stopover, I've not got anyone greeting me unless they're going to surprise me. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if someone did surprise me, because they have been doing a bit of that. But plan is to go home for Christmas. But otherwise, every other stopover, I've got someone. I'm pretty fortunate on that. Quite a few of my friends are spread around the planet. And there's one person who's going to be following me around the race, just a little bit behind me, hopefully. Maybe not a lot, but just a little. You know, half a boat length would be nice.
I don't think they've ever really competed boat on boat, so to speak. No, this is the first time, yes. I don't think you could say they're rivals with this. I don't think one's desperately trying to beat the other by any means.
Make sure you win. Yeah, exactly. Just got to beat the ear, that's all. Yeah. All right.
Libby's already done one leg, so I'm bound to sort of slightly think, oh yes, you know, the girls have got to beat the boys. But otherwise, equally, I'd like to see Mapfre do well. So it's difficult. That's a difficult one. I hope they both do well.
We did the Alicante bit, obviously in pink, or what do you call it? Not pink,
magenta.
Magenta and blue, we're told, magenta. And so there we were in a big team, all in magenta and blue. And so we've only had 4 or 5 days of, I managed to win a cap off Robert, and that's about all. Still waiting to get the T-shirt. But we're looking forward to seeing who wins.
Before any winner can be decided, you need to get your team on the water. Only 5 hours before departure, the young Vestas crew members are running a little behind schedule.
So race day, or what do you call it? Time to leave day. Heading back to the hotel for a little morning shower and getting the last stuff packed, and then we're off out of Cape Town.
And do you think you're a bit better prepared than you were last time?
No, not at all. Same old story. Finishing everything in the last minute. But it's all good as long as we get done. It doesn't matter when, right?
But Nikolai's not the only one.
Tell me, Tom, is it any different than leg 1 start for you?
So I'm going to bring a wetsuit. I'm going to bring my wetsuit along at the start.
Do you reckon it's going to be that bad on the bow that you're going to need it?
Yeah.
People ask all the time what I'm going to miss at sea, and this is it. This is going to be it. Have a look at this. Yeah, that's a toilet, people. That's something we don't have on the boat. Well, we do, but it's nothing like that. It's not that pleasant. That is going to be the single one thing I miss. And the second thing on the list is this thing. It's called a shower. Again, I'm not going to take a shower for 30 days. I mean, even in prison you get a shower.
For Alvi Medica, it's final briefing time and a chance to analyse the challenge ahead.
If you can keep doing that, you've got all this leverage to spend. After the patch of no wind, there's 40 knots. It's going to be a busy first evening, no sleep for anyone.
With uncertain conditions ahead, flexibility will be key.
Ryan definitely needs to learn some yoga moves from me. I was actually commenting on how flexible Charlie's calves were.
We were just talking about it. It seems like at the start of the last leg, it was a lot more exciting and like happy, and now it's kind of the reality is setting in that they're going away again, and it feels like, you know, while we had 2 weeks with them, it's not quite enough time, but I know they're really excited to go, and I guess it's a little scary knowing that there's some good weather out there.
Probably a little bit sadder than last time because we've had such a lovely time in Cape Town.
The race village is alive with South African hospitality as the crews make their way down to the boats.
Off we go to Abu Dhabi. Unfortunately, we have to leave Cape Town, which has been really great to us. Nice food, everything we wanted to have in a stopover.
Everyone's, you know, obviously always a bit excited and a bit apprehensive to get started, so it's you know, just a case of saying the goodbyes.
As all the teams get ready to set off, for those left behind, it's a time to reflect.
It's not a surprise because we've known that we were going to have this squad system from the very beginning, and I think I was very lucky to be a part of leg 1, leg 0, and the past 2 import races. And you know, it's hard, but I think there's a lot to learn from outside the boat as well. And I know that I'll have plenty of sailing opportunities coming up in the future. Wise words of advice would be, you know, make each other coffees. You know, it's the little things.
With over 5,000 miles of hard sailing ahead of the fleet, the final goodbyes with loved ones are a bit too much for some. Away from the emotion of the dockside and high above the racecourse, Alvi Medica's strategy team are hard at work.
The rules prevent us from having any communication with the team that can benefit them from a strategic perspective after the starting sequence begins. So right up until that point, we can talk to them as much as we want, give them as much information as we can to help them make the best decisions. So collectively with our weather team, we've been looking at weather models all day, and if there's anything new that we find out here in the next half hour, we can get that down to the boat. What's beyond it? Yeah. It's actually got a bit of a funnel effect down in close to the valley. And then
Meanwhile, on the racecourse aboard Vestas, skipper Chris Nicholson showing nerves can still creep in.
I guess almost a little bit of nerves as such, which is pretty rare for me. I guess just, you know, we've got a lot of variables here in Cape Town before we get out and get into any sort of rhythm in terms of amount of breeze. So, yeah, just want a cleanish start, cleaner than Alicante's.
With an eye on the wild conditions, Ian Walker puts his race start into perspective.
If this was a race around the boys and then we were all going in for a coffee to talk about it, you know, we'd probably be quite aggressive, but you know, we've got 3.5 weeks to Abu Dhabi, so we're going to take a relatively conservative option.
This second leg is one of the toughest legs in the race, and it's also one of the most complex. Because, you know, we start in Africa, we go through the Indian Ocean, which is waters that no one has really raced before.
So it's Cape Town, South Africa for the start of leg 2. Big breeze for the start.
For one of the teams, the leg start is also the chance for a fresh start.
Really good start for leg 2. More wind than ever in the Volvo Ocean Race yet, so we go for it. Thanks a lot to Cape Town and everyone here pushing very hard. Now we go for sailing.
These guys have to go some 8,000 miles. They have 2 days or 3 days of incredibly hard, nasty, boat-breaking conditions, and if they don't save these sails, they're not going to make it to Abu Dhabi.
We had a very nice, very big start here from Cape Town. A very beautiful scenario. We had the clouds coming down from Table Mountain. It's incredible.
As the boats race out of the bay and leave the picture postcard view of Table Mountain behind them, the driving winds and variable conditions are just a taste of what is to come. And for Alvi Medica, the input from their strategy team has proven invaluable.
it happened about exactly as we had thought from up here. And what was interesting was there were only 3 boats that I saw that had people up here. All 3 were the closest inshore boats, first to that last left-hand shift and first to the new pressure. And those are the 3 boats between SCA, ourselves, and Vestas who are leading the pack out of here, out of Cape Town.
Pretty incredible. Never quite started a race like this. All at once and pretty memorable.
As the fleet sails out of Africa, the race to Abu Dhabi is on. Next week, Vestas have problems and reality bites.
You get a beating out there.